Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I thought I'd do a sort of makeover, get ready with me type of thing, and haven't done one in a while. And since I got off the kick of makeup for a little bit for some of these more recent videos, I thought I would get back to basics here. I'm still a long form person. I'm not really into shorts or reels or TikTok. When I'm doing a video, I feel like I'm visiting with you, so they tend to be a little bit longer, taking that word long form to the longest. And hopefully it's not too bad for you guys to watch it. I do speed up some parts where I feel that, you know, it's just repetitive, so you don't really need to see real time in some cases, and in some cases real time will work well. I've tried a few new products that I picked up this past month, and some of them I haven't talked about before because they're brand new. And also I want to feature my earrings, which are, those were sent to me, and you know, sometimes the simplest thing is the best. I mean, these big old gaudy things I usually wear. It's kind of nice to wear something simple and elegant, you know, it just elevates the look a little bit. So I am wearing false lashes. Use that new Falscara lash. It's a bond. You put the lashes on underneath and then you seal them and they stay all day. And you can't tell, and you don't use the real estate on top of your lid. You're using underneath and you can't see them. So I think they're really easy to apply, and they were kind of my nicest surprise. I have used Falscara in the past with their glue thing that they had. I didn't like that. The pre-glued thing that you push up, the impress, I think they were called. I had trouble with those. And if you have watery eyes, forget about it. So anyway, I only have one little clump on each side, and it's just enough. This is daytime. I don't want to be full glam in the daytime, but it is pretty glamorous. Now, the biggest fail here was this Good Apple Foundation Balm. I got the L18 shade, which it is my shade. I mean, I think it matches pretty well. But it's very cakey looking in person, and it went right into all my lines. It's really kind of a hot mess. Now from a distance it doesn't look too bad. I don't use filters at all, but my studio lights do tend to bleach out a lot of the imperfections, so I look better than I am, believe me, in real person. You probably wouldn't even recognize me in real life. So I'm going to return this. This is the KVD Good Apple Foundation Balm, and it's just way too cakey and dry looking, and it's kind of embarrassing actually. If I run into anybody who knows me, they're gonna, gee, I thought she was into makeup, you know. So these are the Lottie Hot Glaze drops. And I don't know. It's a subtle difference. It's just a subtle difference. It was suggested to mix it in with a moisturizer and put it on to your body so that it wouldn't be too patchy looking. But I found that putting it on directly, I put it on my hand first, take a brush, and then put it on directly. That wasn't patchy at all. It wasn't bad. It's a very subtle look. I can't imagine anybody, it's not like tanning drops where it turns your skin a certain color. This is a decorative thing. This is like a bronzer in liquid form. So it's not, you know, what you think it might be. But I think this Lottie London one was pretty good. You can see it on my skin, but it's very subtle, and I do like the subtlety of it. It's more of a neutral tone bronze. It's not orangey, it's not yellowy, and it's not green. You know, it's just kind of a nice, perfect red aftertone kind of bronzer, and it looks very natural on. So I do like that. The staying power is pretty good with it. So I do like the Lottie Hot Glaze drops, and so that's something to look for.
Oh, before
This is a before. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So we're starting off with the Bath and Body Works Vanilla Lip Balm. Then we're going into the Misha Glam Skin Glow Balm, which is really nice. You see my skin is reacting right away to it. It's really nourishing my skin. Now this is a white shade of Ulta Beauty Pigment Pop Eye Primer. And I actually like it. It cancels out a lot of the discoloration in my eye. But what's nice is that the eyeshadows are true. This is Bear With Me Concealer. And I'm just using a little bit on the brush. And that is an Amazon brush that imitates the Angie brush from BK Beauty. And I'm going over my nose where my glasses usually are. And I will powder that because I get the glasses marks there. And I'm going around the mouth. That's usually a temporary area. This is a Maybelline Fit Me Matte Powder. And I just am putting a very, very light coating on to set the concealer and the eyeshadow. It was a little bit drying. Now I'm trying the KVD Good Apple. This is a foundation balm in shade 18, L18. And you can see it's just slightly lighter, but my skin was red from the primer. And I'm really buffing it in well with a brush. And initially it looks fine. I did press it in a little bit. And this is the new NYX Butter Bronzer in Buttercup, which is the shade 1, I believe. And I really like this bronzer. It goes on very nicely. It's not too overpowering, and it doesn't look too fake. It really does warm up your skin. ColourPop blush. This is powder blush in Shortbread. This seemed to fade rather quickly, and by the end of my demonstration, I had to add more blush. This is Rare Beauty highlighter in Enlighten. This is a shade that always sells out. This is the first shade. It looks like a very light champagne color. Really, really pretty. And I'm going to set it all, taking a deep breath. That is one size on until dawn. And now I'm going to just kind of merge everything together with a little bit of ambient powder. Diffused Light is the shade from Hourglass. This is Essence eyeliner in Silky Nude, and these are wonderfully pigmented and creamy. I really do like the Essence Stay and Play eyeliners. The two eyeshadow palettes I'm using are both from LA Girl. That is the Nudist palette, and it's got some good basic shades in there, some shimmers and some mattes. And then the Nudes Warm palette is one of their more basic palettes, but it's got some pretty colors in there. So I'm going to go between the two of them and come up with some kind of a warmer eye look to go with my shirt. Here we go. Using an e.l.f. Eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to set that eyeliner down a little bit and that eye primer. And I'm going to go into a kind of a mid light brown shade. I'm going to go L7, just around the edge, adding a little bit of color, and I'm going to blend that out with a more of a fluffier brush. And I do windshield washer motions. Some people are really opposed to that, but I think it really is personal choice. So I really just smush it out until there's no rough edges on it at all. I may add a little bit later, but these really have a nice pigmentation to them. And I'm going to put a little bit more of a warmer tone in there. So I use the grayer tone as more of a base, and this is the top shade, which is really nice. And I'm using that little color switch. I think that's the dupe from the Dollar Tree of the color switch dry brush cleaner. Back to the palettes, I'm swishing around. I usually use my fingers to blend the outsides of them because your fingers are really good mixing tools. And I'm just putting some of the lighter orangey shade on the center of the color bar, I call it. And I'll be doing a deeper shade. Yeah, I'll go in here and I'll go in the deeper shade. It's more of a warm dark brown. That's very pigmented. This palette is really nice, actually. The Nudist, it's called. Really, really nice. Now I've got to even out the two eyes. My eyes are different shapes. Thanks, Mom. Natural childbirth. And so I have to work on making them somewhat even. I have to go a little bit higher over the crease on one side than the other. And now 10 and 2, I'm doing the pointing at like a clock, 10 and 2. Just putting a little bit of a warm, kind of an orangey red shade just in the 10 and 2 portion of my upper crease line. Now I'm going into a lighter golden color to see how that looks. This is the Sephora 24-hour eyeliner in Shimmer Taupe. I like using a Shimmer Taupe color underneath the eyes. I don't use black ever. And then I'm using the Ultimate Liner in Continuous Charcoal for the upper lid. I'm going into the deep brown shimmer shade just for the outer half of the eye. And I see it needs to be blended a little bit more on the eyelid. I just keep adding and playing until it looks right to me. And until you put mascara and liner on, it really doesn't look like much. I noticed I hadn't powdered around my mouth and everything, and it still is needed it. And I use those velour puffs, the black ones from Amazon, of course. That's the puff of choice. That is a mermaid headband I'm wearing too. It's very popular right now. I guess it's a thing. This is Maybelline's Express Brow Pencil in the lightest shade, which is 250 Blonde. I'm really just making a little gateway hairs and then filling in where I have a little bit of starkness. My brows have been coming in pretty well since I've been using the castor oil on them. And I'm still using the castor oil on my face, and I think it has improved my skin a lot. I do not use filters, so you can see I am a 66-year-old woman. So, yep. This is Benefit Precisely My Brow Wax. This is number 2, which is kind of a blonde, dark blonde shade. I think it's a perfect shade for me. I have the number 3 as well. It's just slightly deeper shade, so when my hair is colored a little bit darker, I use the number 3. But I think it makes nice wispy hairs in the brows. And I'm just checking to see if I need to clean up anything, which I always do. I'm just going to clean some of the little dots and dings that are put on there. All right, and now I am doing a tight line with the L'Oreal Infallible Grip Liner in Intense Black. And yes, I meant to get the suede brown, but I didn't have it in my repertoire. This is the Tartelette XL tubing mascara. Don't confuse it with the older one, which is a purple tube. This is a gold tube, and it works just like the Thrive Cosmetics Lash Extensions mascara. I think it is really good. The only thing is the two of them are pretty much the same price. And Thrive Cosmetics actually donates a portion of their proceeds to charities. I don't think Tarte does. But Tarte is easier to get. If you need something in a hurry, you can just go into the store and get it. Oh, Liza Minnelli lower lashes there. I know some people don't like to put lower lashes on. I just thought for some reason, and I don't know why I chose this color, but I just thought it wasn't blushy enough. I think it's because I was so washed out from the lighting. This is from ColourPop. It's one of their lippy sticks in Oh Snap. I'm just lining my lips first and then filling it in for the base, and then I'll put a brighter lip color on. And I'm sorry I hid behind the mirror there. This is Clinique's Melon Pop. I love the pop lipsticks from Clinique. They're just so pleasant and pretty much can't go wrong with pretty much any of the colors they have. And this is the before and the after. What a difference the makeup makes, huh? My goodness. But I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to keep going because I want to do the falscara thing. So we're going to use the Bond and Seal, which looks like a dual-ended mascara. And I'm going to use little trios of lashes. So you can see I'm just going to use one little clump on each side of my eyes. And you'll see it really adds a lot. This is the Bond side. It's basically a base. And you're going to put it underneath just my outer half of my lash underneath. And then I'm going to wipe it off because I don't want to transfer the eye yuck over to the other side. And now I'm going to do just the half lash on the underside on the other one. And now I'm going to take a little trio lashes. I'm going to stick one on the end and press it in. And it's from the bottom up. And you can see it's there, but it's just enough. You know, it adds a little bit of something. You don't even feel it in. I always have trouble with doing my left eye. It's on your right there. I always have trouble doing that eye, I think because my hands don't want to turn around backwards. But it holds really well. So now once you get the lash in place, you turn around your falscara to the seal side. And that's the light blue side. And that's clear. And it's just going to seal the lash in place. So it's kind of a double coat. You glue it onto it and then you seal it on. I think it's pretty nice. So that's the finished look. And I think what I'm going to do is get my hair fixed up and get some jewelry on. Oh, wait a minute. This is the Lottie London Bronzer Drops. I'm just putting a couple drops on my hand, and I'm going to brush just underneath that blush. This works really nicely on its own. I don't think it's streaky at all. But I did try it using it with the Palmer's moisturizer. I'm mixing it together there, and I'm going to be putting it on my my upper arm here, lower arm. And it just doesn't, I got them side by side, I think it just doesn't look that much different. So I used like 6 drops, and I don't know, do you see that much of a difference? I don't. I think the best way to use it is with a brush. Put a couple drops down on a tray and use a brush and work it in. And then I'm going to use the hand cream, the Calypso Clementine. Really, really nice smelling. Wonderful. And then there's that iced lemon pound cake, putting it all over the place. Oh, it's a wonderful scent. And now these are the Kenivira hoop earrings. They had sent me 3 sets, actually. This is the plain gold from Kenivira. And then we've got, I'm going to take that out and I'm going to show you the ones that have the little diamondy CZ chips in them. I think it really looks beautiful, and that's for a much more elegant outfit, I think. But, you know, that is the perfect size hoop, I think. Maybe slightly larger you can go, but I think that's beautiful. So here we go. Bath and Body Works. I very rarely, if ever, go into these stores, but a long time ago when they were first kind of becoming popular, I went into one and I thought the scents were very light and hardly even noticeable, very, very subtle. But I went in there recently and they were having a sale, and I think it goes until Mother's Day. You get 3 items and you can get 3 items for free of the same or lesser value. So I got At the Beach, which is a nice kind of beachy, walking on the beach type of scent. Very subtle, very light. And the lady there, of course, had those stupid pieces of paper, and she sprayed it on the paper, and I'm like, I can't smell anything, and I can't tell if that's going to be like good on me. So I just took the bottle and sprayed myself, and then kind of sniffed it, walked around, sniffed it again. You got to wait for the dry down, you know, to see it. But this is not bad at all, the At the Beach shade. The rose shade I had seen, I think it was Leah Janae. Leah Janae really liked this rose scent, so I just wanted to get the smaller ones. These are what they call the minis. These are $8.95. So if you get 3 of these, you can get 3 other things $8.95 or less. And this pound cake, this is lemon pound cake. This smells like a bakery on you, and it's wonderful. I have it on now. What a beautiful scent this is. I think I'm going to get the soap to wash my brushes with, because this is just beautiful. Lemon pound cake. And this is Bath and Body Works. Yeah, I haven't been in a while. I mean, they have a lot of car scents, home fragrance. They have spray fragrance, and then they have roll-on solids on some of them. Some of them they don't have the mini size. They only have the tall size. The taller size I think are $14. And then they had a men's section that was kind of nice. They didn't really have any makeup at all, except they had lip masks in vanilla cinnamon, I think was one of the flavors, lavender. They had mango flavor lip mask. Those were $8.95 also. They had lip balms, and I did get one of those for one of my freebies. This is the vanilla lip balm, and I did use this as a base for my lips. It's very, very nourishing feeling, moisturizing feeling. It does last a while. There's a very subtle, and I mean very subtle, vanilla kind of waft to it, but you don't notice it at all. Once it's on your lips, you don't notice it at all, which is a good thing, because then you won't eat it off, you know, because if something tastes really good on my mouth, I wind up, it's in my stomach rather than on my lips. So this is the Bath and Body Works. This is the lip balm, and I got that free because I got the three of these. So the second freebie I got is this one called Calypso Clementine, and it's a beautiful orange kind of scent. I used it as it's a hand cream, and it's just a wonderful hand cream. It doesn't feel greasy or sticky after it applies, and I just think it's just that nice extra bit of moisturizer on the hands, and it's pleasant, you know. For body lotion, this was my third freebie. This is the Japanese Cherry Blossom. This is, I think, one of their newer scents. I don't know if it's supposed to be like Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but I thought I would layer it with this, which is from Finery from Target. Oh, okay. That is called Not Another Cherry, which is supposed to be like the Tom Ford, you know, Lost Cherry. So I figured I'd put this down first, and then I would layer, you know, this. And this is kind of a boozy cherry smell. Yeah, I get an essence of cherry and something else, maybe a little pear in there. And then they say it's an amaretto scent, which is an almond type of scent with it. But I didn't notice that as much. But it does have kind of a boozy feel to the cherries, and this dries down so nicely. Now, I only think these Bath and Body scents, they only last like an hour or so before you retouch them. I mean, and I didn't have COVID, so I've got full sense of smell. I just don't think they last all that long. I think that's why I've never really encouraged the Bath and Body products. But they are very nice, and the sale is just wonderful. I mean, you could get 6 of these, you know, for the price of 3. So it's like they're half off, if you think of it that way. But, you know, getting these 3, and getting these 3 free, it was kind of a nice deal. And so I really do, you know, I enjoyed it. I like all the scents I got. There was one there that I have to warn you on. I mean, you really need to smell these things, not just go by the notes they say. It's called gingham. And it's got a cute blue and white check pattern on the bottle. It's really cute, and I picked it up because I thought, oh, I bet this is nice. And it was a grandma's or grandpa's attic smell. It was awful. Oh my gosh. It was one of the worst smells I've ever smelled in a perfume. So it was kind of like linen that had gone bad. You know, it was just a bad, stuffy, musty, yucky old smell. So gingham was one that I didn't care for. There was one called Bloom too. I think it was a variety of flowers. That one, I couldn't really smell anything with it. Some of them had such a light scent, there was hardly any scent to it at all. So I'm gonna have to say, you know, I really enjoy these, and they did have a few other products as well, but I would say they're mostly, you know, the car fragrance, the home fragrance, and the men's section. The men had like a tobacco whiskey one that wasn't bad. They had soap and shaving stuff and a shaving brush, so, you know, for Father's Day or whatever, if you're thinking of something like that. But, you know, this is a really nice option. For Mother's Day, it's kind of nice to consider going there. And I just thought I would bring it up now, because so you probably want to get over there before this stuff goes off sale, if you're going to buy anything at all. But it was kind of fun trying out all the scents. You know, I really enjoyed that. So, anyway, I hope all of you have a wonderful week. Have a beautiful day. If you are a mom, I hope you have a really nice Mother's Day. Thank you for all you do. My mom unfortunately has passed on, and so it's kind of a sad day for me, but I just, keep busy and do other things, and I won't, it doesn't bother me so much. I'm not a mom myself, so I don't have, I don't get the benefits of the day. Sometimes they'll hand me a carnation or something at a restaurant if I go in, because they figure I'm an old person, I must have kids, right? Anyway, so I just thought I'd do like a quick little makeover for you. Just have my little bun attachment here. It's not my real hair here on the top, but it's nice, and it, and elevates it a little bit, putting my hair up, just keeping a couple of tendrils here. I might curl them to make them look a little neater. This looks a little more natural, I think. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope maybe you learned something. You never know. I'll be back with you with the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and subscribe if you can. It really helps me out. Take care, everybody. Toodles.